everybody. Sorry about that. I'm putting everything on this. Let's see if the audio's working. Let me know. So I got all the participants. Everybody should still be in. Yes. Okay. I might have lost some folks for a little bit, but I'm still here. And then we look at the chat. Make sure everybody's there. All right. So sorry about that. So I literally had to start the computer over, but I literally put it on my phone. Thankful for iPhone. And but yeah, so again, I just want to just let you guys know that it's important that we always stay focused on what's at hand and keeping the faith and just knowing that in these days and times, I think every day is something always is changing, but you can still get through. Even like right now with the phone, with this the technology, it doesn't matter. Like sometimes things doesn't happen the way that you wanted to, but the thing is about how do you deal with when things change, when things doesn't go your way. How do you uh, how do you adapt? How do you make things happen? You know, how do you keep pushing forward? Because even though, like I always say about like when people fail or fall, um, the journey, the life that we live has already been established for us. It's already been manifested for us. It's already been laid out for us. So even when you think you have failed or you have fallen, it's a perfect fall. It's a perfect failure because it's going to still get you to what you need, where you need to go. Like everything happens for a reason, and you must be aware that you must learn from those lessons, learn from those mistakes, learn from those successes, learn from your achievements, because everything has a lesson in it. And if you are a person of faith, then you know that when you move forward, even in the unknown, that things will still work out. All of us have all been through something in our lives, you know, something grand, something that's been really hurtful, something that's been moving, something that's been really frustrating, something that has really challenged us. But we still are here. We're still able to move as such. And many of you have been through some heavy battles. Even like the world is dealing with this battle of COVID, but you personally have dealt with many battles. And whatever that battle may have been, whatever that battle has been, you all have been able to still move forward with the sense of faith of knowing that you still can get through. And I think that is very important. Again, in these days and times, is that you must always understand that you have slayed many dragons in your life, and you have seen many things in your life. And it's important that you know that you have strength, you have love, you have faith that is beyond whatever you think. And a lot of us, no matter our age, we're still scratching on the surface to our greatest achievement, even in these days and times. Even in these days and times. And I want you to always remember, again, it goes back to the thing, always look at what you say that you can afford. And make sure that whatever it is that you're looking at to afford, make sure that you also think about the responsibility. Like for me, it's like, yes, I can afford to be a leader, but I also have to step back and ask myself, can I afford the responsibility of being an example for the next generation? Can I afford the responsibility of sacrificing sometimes or for some things for the greater good of others as well as those around me? And those are things that those are questions that are sometimes very difficult for us to answer at these days in this day and time. But again, if you are a woman of faith or a man of faith, you will have a strength beyond a doubt. Now, one other thing is the aspect of, and again, this was another conversation, was we talked about imagination, which was such a powerful statement because we all, as we get older, I think that we tend to not use our imagination as much as we should. And you know, I think that if you step back, like when I when during the time of our quarantine, I was watching many movies that I love. Right, I've read reading so many different books, and you know, of course, I was doing some writing, but I was also like exercising my imagination more than often, thinking about what I would be doing if I wasn't in quarantine. You know, I would think about who I'll be hanging with, where I'll be flying to, and again, that's all a part of my imagination. But the thing about it is, breaking it down, image and nations. And there's a piece in there to think about, that we all are given a nation of images for us to that was given to us for us to bring out into reality, to make it a reality. And a lot of times we are given these images for a particular reason. Like there are thoughts that's in our minds, there are visions that we have that we want to do for ourselves or for others, or a lot of, like, for those, a lot of you are educators, so there's an image or a vision that you have for your students, for your school. And when you think about this, the question is, how do you bring that to fruition? And how do you make sure that you are always exercising your imagination for the greater good of those that surround you, that you're connected to, and making sure that it's something that's enticing for the individuals that are coming up right under you? And I'm always thinking about that when I think about my team. I think about that. I'm always, when I'm on a plane, wherever I am, I'm always in my head, just writing things down and just thinking about what it is that I can bring forth. When I'm writing books, again, it's all in my head, and my goal is to try to bring it out. So when these images come out, it's powerful to me because there's something that was created and physically can see, but it never was. It was not here a year ago. It was all in my head. I was trying to plan it out, and that's something that, again, that I want you all to think about as we are in these times. Like, how are you exercising your imagination? How are you exercising your faith muscle? How are you dealing with the responsibilities that's been laid upon you, even when you feel weak and even when you're strong? How do you still fulfill those responsibilities that's been given to you because of the positions that you accepted? Because a lot of us are experiencing and dealing with things that we made decisions on years ago. I always tell my friends, like I told my friend today, I said, a lot of things that we are experiencing today as individuals are because of decisions that we made 5 years ago. The friends that we have, the job positions that we have, the books that we read, the food that we ate, the TV shows that we watched, they've all those different things, the time that we allocated out, have all given us now have come to fruition in ways that we have never thought about. And so it's important for us in these days and times to be very intentional with about what we decide to bring forth now in these days and times. And of course, things may look a little fickle, and the news can always say things that kind of can make us very fearful. But again, if as men and women of faith, and just those who are in leadership positions, it's important that we always stand strong and firm on our faith, but more importantly, making sure that everything that is around us is a reflection and also a support system for us to be able to use these particular muscles in a proper way, so that we can be able to, when everything is said and done, and when things are back to whatever that new normal will be, we'll be stronger superheroes in the world that we need to be for others. And that's powerful, and that's something that I think is something that's an everyday action. It's an everyday decision, and it's an everyday work in progress when it comes to us and for the things that we're tapped into. So listen, really quick, I want to just see, because I'm on a different platform, but I would love to see what do you all think about what I've been talking about thus far. If there's any questions, if anything that I've said touch you, a thumbs up would be good. But just to make sure, because I can't really hear anybody because everyone's on mute. But you can feel free to unmute yourself, and if you have any questions or thoughts, please share, because me talking for 20 minutes can sometimes be like, and I see y'all, like, I want to just say I love you, Sandy, and everything like that. So it's one of those things where I just love seeing y'all, love see all these smiles and all these beautiful people. So, but let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you have anything particular to ask.
Well, I want to say it's such a pleasure to hear you, see you. I'm so happy to see you. And thank you for this message. You're right. You're so right. I can relate to what you're saying. We are what we eat. We are what we live. We are the experiences, the memories that we have. So that definitely, it's so important what we're putting into our bodies, what we're putting into our brains. Thank you for sharing this message with us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Super awesome. Let me see. Oh yeah, because I can definitely hear him. I'm going to actually hold on really quick. There we go. Okay. I had you on the surround sound, Miss Sandy. So like I heard you, with the whole room heard just like, but it's good. Okay. Marissa, how are you? I see you there. She just enjoying. She's laid up. She's very relaxed. I see.
Yes, hello, how are you?
I am well. How's everything over there?
Everything okay. I'm just here with the rain, listening to the rain and listening to you. I was having a little bit of hard time with the listening with the microphone, but I mean,
Okay.
everything fine. Thank you for sharing your message with us. I think it's just great, especially on these times that we've been on this quarantine, that it's longer, it's not a quarantine anymore, but I
Right.
mean, we're here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's just like you say, it has to do with faith and making us move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important, right? Like, and I think that, you know, I've been trying, you know, every day I look online to see if anything has changed in regards to my travels. And, you know, Monterey is literally like on the top of the list. So I'm like, I'm ready to just fly. And everyone's like, you can't fly yet. So I'm like, okay, look, I told my Fatima, my assistant, I'm like, let me know first thing, you know? So I was like, as soon as I do, as soon as I find out, everyone's getting a message, like I'm coming down. I don't know how we're gonna make it
Exactly.
work.
No, and as soon as you get here, we're gonna go hiking, but I mean to a different
Yes.
mountain, right, Sandy? Sandy's waiting for it. She's feeling better, and Laura will go with us too, and whomever wants to join. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
absolutely.
great. I mean, I've been doing a lot of hiking early mornings on
Yeah,
Sunday, and it's great.
beautiful,
It's
beautiful.
it's just like you said. I mean, it's 3 hours to go up and then 3 hours to come down. But I mean, it's just to move, to change, and to breathe and to feel peace. With
That's
all
right.
these things that are happening, that are passing around, it's just getting to a place where you can feel peace, when you can feel at peace.
Very much so. Very much, and that's the key too. Like it rained over here yesterday. I don't know if you all seen my post, but for me, like I love rain because I get a chance to just like not do anything. I can read and just kind of relax, and I feel peaceful. So you know, and I'm just like, well, everyone else be like, oh, I want to go out, but for me, I'm like, no, I can just relax. I can relax. So yeah. So I love it. So thank you so much for sharing. I got two chats. So here's a statement. So from Lorena, who's actually on too, and she's out in Monterey, I believe. And she says, "Hey Ra, I feel like everything you have been saying is very inspiring. I love the first thing you said about us being every person that has influenced our lives. I feel that it is a way to accept and forgive maybe people who have caused us pain. I really love how positive you are, and I find it very inspiring. Thank you for sharing that message. You're very, very welcome. But that's something that I learned a few years ago from a friend who I met just randomly, and we became like the best of friends. And that was one of the lessons that she taught me. She said, you know, Ryan, one of the things that we as individuals have to, as human beings have to do from a day-to-day basis is we have to ask ourselves personally, who are we? Like, who are you? Because a lot of times we can make decisions based upon how other people view us or what other people believe we are. And sometimes, you know, you are giving a responsibility that's greater than what someone else has given you. And a lot of times you have to step back and ask yourself, well, can I actually do more than what the person has asked me to do? And, you know, because a lot of times, you know, so when you are meeting someone, you're meeting the person. Like a lot of times people have said, you know, this is who you are. You know, you're an artist. You know, you could be, you know, you're a teacher, or, you know, you're a speaker, or you're a businessman, or you're a doctor. But there is also something much more deeper than that title that's within you. And it's it's our responsibility to figure out what is that greatest gift that's been placed in us to do our best work. Because sometimes, you know, when we give our best work, it's hard to define what it is to others, but you can feel it, you know, like there's people, I don't know if you've met individuals who who can walk into a room and not say anything, but you feel their presence. And it's like, it's just very powerful, and you just can't really define it. You can't describe it. You just only can feel it. And I've met many people, and throughout my travels, who they may say, hey, I'm an educator, or I'm a painter, but there's something else in them that is like such a powerful thing. And it's like, I just want to sit and have a conversation with you. And it has nothing to do with painting, because it's just that energy. And I'm trying to figure out what it is that you do outside of painting, or why do you paint? Like, is painting just a byproduct of the gift that's an actual deeper gift within you? And I think that, again, it's just something that we all have to always ask ourselves, are we giving our best selves? And it doesn't take much. We can be sitting where we are and, question ourselves and think about, our walk, and, and thinking about, what we can say they could be mistakes that we've made along the way, and also some of the strides of success that we have done. But, the question is, what is it leading us to? What's the clarity in your vision to where you want to go now? And with all that you've learned, and all those individuals that you met, what can you learn? What can you take with that as tools to build whatever that new vision is, or get you on that new ladder to that new realm of success? So, yeah. So did anyone have any questions? Again, I just wanted to make sure. I got like 5 or 10 minutes left, but was there anything in particular, or anything that that kind of touched you in a way that, or kind of was an aha moment for you? Because I know many of us, like, even right now, like, if anyone's open to share, but like, what did you any of you have an aha moment when when everything happened and we couldn't leave our homes? Like, was there something that you might have had a moment where you was just by yourself, sipping on some tea, lighting a candle, watching TV, but maybe it was just like, I forgot about this idea, or I forgot about this moment, and they really kind of connect the dots for you? Because for me, I had plenty of those. But there's because I know a lot of times they always say, the term is like, peace, be still. And when you are peace is always still. Like, chaos is always in movement, but peace is very subtle. I always tell people that when everything is chaotic, you always want to be connected to the thoughts, the things that represents peace, because it brings a calmness to your soul and your spirit. And even in these moments, like, you don't have to attach to the things that will make your mind and your energy and your spirit go crazy. You can literally just make the decision to say, I'm not today. Today I control my peace. My sanctuary is going to be in my bedroom. My sanctuary may be in my living room. But here, when you walk into this room, or when we do a Zoom call, or when you call me, I'm going to be in a space where it's going to be the most calming, serene place and energy. So when I talk to you, it's with great energy. And even whenever someone calls and they go, oh my God, so, this was going on, it's like, hold on. We're going to take a step back, and we're going to have this peaceful conversation, because we're going to know that with everything that's going on, we still have faith to know that everything will be okay. And so we don't have to talk chaotic. We don't have to have chaotic thoughts. We can be the peace in the middle of chaos, if you know what I mean. Pretty good. I hope. Yeah. Let me see if there was any more. I'm checking the chats too, just to make sure if any of you had sent any chats. I want to make sure I'm seeing it. Okay, so I got that one. Cool. Okay. But how is Monterey? Is it back to normal in the sense of like everyone is just, no, not at all. Everyone's kind of locked down in the city as well. Okay.
It is getting worse, I guess.
Same here.
The pandemic, it's just that every day it is increasing. I was just listening to the news, and it's not good. And besides, now we're having part of the hurricane, this tropical storm. Okay, so it's being chaotic also. I mean, first it was the heat, then the pandemic, and then everything. Monterrey changes. And There are many interesting things for us to keep on going.
Right. Yeah, but it's resilience, you gotta
Yeah.
you'll figure it out, right? Like we gotta truck it through. But that's the beauty of it. Like it's always the individuals, it's always the organizations, it's always those that come together when things seem, when things are chaotic, right? And just like, what do we do? How do we make it work? But when you have a great mindset, especially when it comes to leadership and even leading yourself, like to know that, okay, I know all this is happening, but what's the best case scenario to make this work, to figure this out? And it may be something that is not always, it's not the traditional route, right? Like it's a lot of times we have to think unconventional. We have to think in a way that's like, again, using exercising our imagination. And so we're going to come up with all these different images of how we should move, how we should, live our lives now. And some things are, can be super crazy in a way that's like, oh, I don't know about that way. But again, it's just always trying out new things because, again, we don't know what the future holds. But the thing is to always stay present. And if we stay present and think about where we are, who we are, and what we have, we can make better decisions based upon that. And then, I always say God will always work it out for us. When things seem to, we can't really create. We can have intentions and we can really have faith that we want exactly this to happen in the future. But people of faith will always say, look, God, he got it. He know what he's doing. We just want to sit here and do our part with the gift of choice and decisions. And then right there, whatever we can't control, we'll just leave it in his hands. Yes. Okay. So any final words, Abel, how you doing over there? I see you have I've been seeing you on Instagram. How's everything going?
Hi, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Now I'm living here in Mexico City.
Mexico City, okay.
Yeah. I've been here since I have here 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. Yeah.
And I'm working in the government, trying to do the things different. It's very difficult, but your words are always help me to continue walking this difficult street, these difficult things. And thank you for continue touching Mexican hearts.
Absolutely, bro. And I'm glad that you're still connected and glad to see you actually making change over there in Mexico City too. So now it's another place I have to travel to because I know I have my brother over there now.
You have your house here.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Happy to see you again and talk to you again.
Absolutely. Same here. It's really, really good. So, and I hope that what I stated earlier as well, it really resonated with you. Like it got some good things to use for yourself as well as you try to make change in Mexico City.
Now continue working here, and I hope one day to give some talks like you.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely. Maybe we'll do one together soon.
I hope so.
That's right. So absolutely. And thank you, Lorena, for the chat and the statement. Really do appreciate that. And I hope everything is well with you as well. I believe you're in Monterrey, correct?
Hi. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm working. I graduated like a year ago.
Yeah.
So I've been working. And yes, I'm from Puebla. So
okay.
I went for like a month when all this started, and then I came back because I had to work. But yeah, I've been at home and trying to start a new business on my own, so I don't have to work for anybody. So I've been trying to keep myself busy, and I guess I am more like an indoor person, so I haven't felt that like trapped or anything. but I'm just trying to see like the positive part of all this, and just carrying on.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's good. We'll definitely keep doing this, staying focused, and you know, and of course we're still connected. You know, I know the family very well, so you know we're always connected.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so well, I really do. I'm going to, as you know, like I said, I did record the videos and the talk as well. So just in case any of you would like to look back on it, I'm going to double check. 'Cause I know that we end up stopping, and then we had to restart it again. But I know this one is definitely recording as well. So I'll double check, and then again I will add these to all the social media platforms. And just so you know too, what we're going to do is, I believe it starts tomorrow, is many of the videos from way back when I visited the school and came through from Monterey. So what we're going to do tomorrow is, I think they're going to just start posting every hour, every other hour. They're going to start doing all the old videos from Monterey back, I think the oldest one now is 2014. So so they'll be posting. A lot of them is from the school, and also my travels and different things like that. So I think that's gonna be really, really nice. So you'll see those all through social or through Facebook. I believe they'll do them through the RahGor page, and then I'll just share it on my personal page. And then tag you. If I see you in the videos, I just tag you all in the videos as well. Yeah, and so just, you know, again, so, and then also just keep in mind that every week up until September, there will be, you know, again, we're doing this for each different country that I was supposed to be touring to for this year. I know right now I was supposed to do a speech in Dubai, but they just opened up Dubai this past couple of days for the US citizens. So I'm going to see if I can fly over there, because what I want to do is, as each country opens up, I want to do something special. But of course, it definitely with social distancing and everything in place. But there's so many different ideas that I wanted to do, but now we got to just be more creative, you know, again, exercise the imagination for that as well. And then I'm also launching a global leadership society organization, and something similar to what the UN has in terms of structure. So we will be sending, I think they started sending out emails to individuals to be advisors for the organization to represent each country. So so that should be showing up as well, because each country will be, the goal is to have a dinner for each country that I visited for individuals who were leaders in some caliber in their city within that country. So I'll keep you all posted with that. Of course, some countries will be able to have it this year, some will not. But we want to do something creative. There's shirts that you might have seen some of the shirts that we just started getting designed that said, "Our location is not our destination." And there's just now that because I'm here, we're doing the best that we can to keep connected, but also asking everyone that if you have any ideas or if there's ways that I can support you in what you're doing, please let me know, because I'm very flexible now because I can't travel. So I actually do have some time to be very supportive in different projects that people who've been supporting me. I want to make sure that I do my part as well with time, or be able to share my platform with you. So again, if there's any ideas that you would like to send my way, please do. And then we can do a private Zoom call and you just talk about it, or, you know, even, you know, kind of talk about an idea that may end up working as well. So, but yeah, so I leave you all with tons of love and light. And thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I'm just super excited to see y'all and just to talk to you. And yeah, and again, if I'm always around, I'm always going to keep sharing and keep pushing. And again, just thank you for the years of support. Like it means a lot. It means more than you know. So other than that, have a great night. And we can talk soon.
We love you.
Thank you.
Love you all.
See you later, my friend.
All right.
Love you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Yeah, have a good
bye.
night.
Bye.
Good night.
Blessings.
Bye,
Good night.
guys.
See you
Bye.
later.
Bye.